Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Beyond E-commerce, where we show you how to break into Amazon and Walmart in a low liability manner. So today I have for you my January returns, profit loss, and things of that sort. So we're going to go ahead and look at my Amazon store, and we are going to be looking at my Walmart store. So we're going to dive into that really quickly. In the meantime, I'm going to give a little bit of an overview as to how January went. January was really good because we moved to Atlanta. Yeah. So we have new beginnings. We moved to Atlanta, and there was, of course, cost that came associated with moving and things of that sort. But with our e-commerce business, that the profit really helped kind of balance it, I guess you would say. It really helped balance it. And since that review, we've been peachy keen. So as of today, I actually quit my sales job. I went through a lot in getting to the moment. And actually, the decision didn't take long at all. It's not something that I thought about for weeks and weeks, and I was wasting my employer's time. But sales for me has been really difficult. When I come into a room, I'm usually the last to speak. I just want to hear what everyone has to say, what they have to bring to the table, and how I add into the mesh of everything. And it was just there. I did really well. And I feel like having that sales job was really me trying to validate what God already called me to be. Like, God already called me to be a part of a movement. God already called me to be great and deliver freedom to a lot of people because I'm walking in his purpose. So I don't need anyone else to validate that. And I felt like that was one of the only reasons why I had got the sales job. You know, if somebody asks you about your credentials or how well you've done as a salesperson or an analyst or anything like that, like, you automatically want to say, oh, I've done 300 grand in 1 year. I've done $500,000 in 1 year. You know, I did this all off, the sweat of my back, all that. I'm just like simply not into that. And me going for that, it was just like, after I had that conversation with myself, was really rooted in ego. And I really don't want to move like that. You know what I'm saying? And especially not in somebody else's business. Because really for me, I was thinking, let me work here. I'll be able to pay off debt. I'll be able to do the e-commerce thing. And I'm back in the same circle I was as a teacher, doing the e-commerce, doing the teaching, and not really being deep in one thing. So my time was really limited, because by the time I would be off the phone with 200 dials, I would talk to my mom, probably recap with my husband, see my son for the first time in the day, and just really just be over it. Because I wake up at 4 o'clock. So if my day is over at 5:30, that means I have to go get my son, and my husband's just coming home. So really, when we get settled, it's 7 o'clock at night. And I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So if I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, 7 o'clock at night, I might have a couple hours to read a book or, watch a show, catch up on some last things I couldn't get done during the day for the business. And I wake up at 4 o'clock. So I wake up, I usually, drink, eat some veggies, or really drink, sauna, workout, eat veggies. Then by the time I'm done with all that, it's time to get Gabe up around probably like 5:50, 6 o'clock. Then we're headed to my husband's job. And then by that time, I'm back home. And I really did not want to live that life. I would rather, have the money that we have from the e-commerce, use that, take a salary from that, use it as a living expense, and be done with working for anyone else ever. Anyways, that's a little bit of a tangent, but that literally just happened today. I cannot stress the fact that validation will not ever come in the shape that you think that it will come in from someone else. And really, it was for me to prove it to myself, which was interesting how I made myself like believe that. But it was really like me saying, hey, you know, if you sell 300,000 at this company, you know, you could do it for yourself. But I really had to step back, and I was like, if I sell $300,000 worth of these for a company and they're happy to give me $300,000, how much did you actually make? I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But if you have the systems in place, then why not absorb it? I have the systems in place. I've paid for the systems. I've paid for the websites. I've paid for the products. So the only thing that's missing is me believing in myself. So I'm here on a limb on the faith that God has provided me with, because the way that I've tried to do it before by myself absolutely has not worked out. So I'm back here, God, with a prayer and a belief. So yeah, let's get into it. So I'm going to be showing you guys a couple of, and part of me for my sign behind, I'm pretty sure I'm just going to unplug it because maybe it should have been yellow and I wanted it to be white, but why didn't I consult somebody? I'm so hurt. Y'all can't even see it. I'll probably have to do something with it in order for it to pop out. I'll figure it out. But it's my podcast name. And yeah. So I'm going to switch over to this camera. I'm going to move my mic too. But share. Let me move my mic. So I hope y'all are doing well today. I absolutely do not regret that sales role at all. It gave me everything I needed, including knowledge of the stamina needed to sustain something successfully, because what I was doing initially was not enough. Plain and simple, was not enough. One of their mottos there is if you are not ridiculously tired by the end of the day, you did not give your all. And I absolutely believe that also. I was ridiculously tired by the end of the day, and I was decent at it. But I was like, I don't really need a year for me to figure that out. I don't. If this was the top, if this was the top of the totem pole for me, then absolutely excellent job. But for me, it was kind of the bottom. I'm not going to say the bottom, but for me, it was kind of like a starting point. Yeah, I wouldn't say the bottom, but I would definitely say a starting point for me. But it was just kind of 300,000 doesn't really appease to me because I've had it. $100,000 doesn't really appease to me because I've had it. So, oh my gosh. Why did that take me so long? Okay. I guess I could. Let me present this. I'm probably going to keep it on the same type screen for every single month. So, uniformity and stuff. Boo, I got my stuff together. Anyways, so the basis of our dropshipping model, we started out with retail arbitrage. We don't want to keep all them products at our house. We really do not want to. the best thing we could do is really like return it back to the seller, and they could do whatever they want, because a lot of times they're usually warehouses and all that. We don't desire to have a warehouse model. We don't desire to have all that stuff in our house. And honestly, we downsized. So why would we downsize to fill our little place up? No, thank you. So we bought a drop shipping list from Walmart, and this list consists of 500 listings. So that 4K is going to be paid out. We'll probably earn that back, I say, by April. So a good investment. And then those listings, it's not like the listings die. Is a little different than, Amazon, because, the listings could tank and a lot of them are on the same page, et cetera, et cetera. But when you post things on Walmart, you have your own listing per se. If somebody looks something up, it's the items and then, the store name. So it's not like one item and then several store names like it is on Amazon. So there's a little bit of a distinction right there. And then we spent $3K on online arbitrage for Amazon. Oh my gosh. Like, this is some of the stuff that people do not talk about. And it is superbly annoying. The prep center held our inventory for 2 weeks, talking about, because like after a week or so, we're like, what's going on with the inventory? And we had asked our virtual assistant, and he got with the guy, and the guy was saying that he was waiting for the rest of our inventory. What are you even talking about? What do you mean waiting on the rest of our inventory? Sir, if you don't just get that out, it could be 10 items. If somebody sends you that, I understand waiting a couple of days, but sir, out of control. So essentially, we probably won't sell through that until like March, because we had bought it probably like the second week of January. It took a week to get there. So he took 2 weeks. So now we're in the second week of February. So if it takes a month to sail through it, yeah, we're going to be in March. We launched the research for a Rocket private label. So small and light item. We launched the research for that. So we chose the particular item, getting the photography and all that done. And then we started documenting our operating procedures, and then outlining our reselling program. So we are really excited about our reselling program, because people don't understand how we started with $500 and we scaled to where we are here. But it's mostly because we ended up putting more into the business than the $500, but we're also going to give you a model. Like, if you want to start with $500 and you just want to test the waters for like 6 months. And if you don't get a return by 6 months, there is something going on. And you could be the worst person in this business and still get a return by 6 months. But I say 6 months because just give it time. Give yourself time. This is not going to immediately be your full-time job. You need to understand the market, analytics, understand the software, dabble in it a little bit, use your time adequately, and I promise you will be successful. It's compounded. You can absolutely do it. So let's go ahead and get into our payment, and I am going to stop sharing for a second. Let me get big. Boom. See, y'all can see it. Oh, see, y'all can see it. You see that podcast? Yeah. Look, this is not my place, and I'm glad it's not my place, but I wasn't going to hammer anything into the wall. I was just like, ooh, that's really convenient that that is there. So I just propped her up there. But I think we're going to have to do some type of outline or something like that. But yeah, I was working in my sales company from 8:30 to like 10:30. That was like quarter one, and we would check in with our metrics and all that, and then we would have like a 15-minute break, and I would just like walk around the house or whatever, and then from 10:45 to 12 it was like second quarter, and then we had an hour break at noon, come back until like 3:30. Oh my gosh. It was absolutely not for me. I could understand if you were used to like having a job and that job is taking a majority of your day, but you're not going to take up majority of my day. I'm like responsible enough that I can handle like my own day and get paid for what I actually want to get paid for it. But 8:30 to 5 o'clock, it just sounds so obnoxious to me. Like, it just really does. Like, you don't need me that bad, girl. You don't. But all right, I have it pulled up. So let me show you. Let me sit this back on you. Show you how I feel. All right. So we're going to go to January. Oh my, this custom made, baby. Custom made. 231. All right, so got about 16,000 in sales. Let me show y'all what the payout was though. I have a profit and loss, but I want y'all to see it. I want y'all to see it on the Walmart side too, what the Walmart side looks like. So 16,000 in revenue. And let's see what that payment was. There go the one back. All right. I don't want y'all to see my store name because I don't want y'all looking me up. So I had to bounce back and bounce forward. If you know what I'm saying, bounce. But I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to show y'all the receipts, boo. So this is my government name. Don't use my government name. You can't search up my government name. So yeah, half of it was paid out that month and the other half is going to be paid out this month. But the amount that you are seeing is like our profits are already baked into there, if you know what I'm saying. So when we get products and we sell them, we're selling them with like the dollar amount already on top of what we purchased them for from elsewhere. So let's say we bought this item for $10, we charged $13 to purchase it from us. You buy it for $13, we get that $3. Not that simple, wish it was that simple. But in any sort of model, you always gotta pay off top, even on Shopify. Anywho, that's beside the point. But let me go ahead and show y'all the breakdown for the profit and loss. So my team puts this together every month, try to get it together by the first of the month. And I have not been necessarily the best at leadership because my hands was in so many like different pots. And that's really what God has been working on within me. Like, girl, you do not have to have so many things going on, and you do not have to like feel really busy to be impactful. There is no order that comes in your life being chaotic. So I was just like, oh my God, fine. And yeah, I chose the e-commerce business, and that means that we're probably going to have to downsize. And it's just going to be me. I'm going to be working from the ground up at this point. And that's one of the things that the job like really helped instill in me is like, you don't really have to be that outstanding of a person to get results. You just need to do it consistently. That muscle would get better. You would get better. I have not been the best at challenging myself mentally or having the mental capacity to do things that are challenging and groundbreaking and things of that sort. I've just been kind of playing it safe. So I'm busting through now. Like, girl, I'm ready. I dealt with 8:30 to 6:30 every day. No. And then I woke up at 4:30. So actually, I was up from, it was at least 4:30. I definitely get up by 4:30. But lately I've been getting up at 4 to 8:30 every single day. And my old coworker was like, yeah, I saw you sleeping in the meeting. Ma'am, you did not see me sleeping. I was resting my eyes. I don't know what you're referring to. I really don't. But let me show you the profit and loss, and then we're going to go to Amazon. So we're still trying to pick up with Amazon because we're still suspended on the FBM side. So the only thing that we can fulfill is when it's fulfilled by Amazon, because our partnership still haunts us to this day. But we're not going to let it get us down. It's not going to get us down, okay? Not at all. So for our profits and loss for January, scroll. So the green, good. And then red, obviously we lost a little. So drop shipping, things change, and you have to be like really on top of it. But with drop shipping, things change and sometimes you lose out, but most of it is overwhelmingly green. And then also with drop shipping, you're not going to expect 20% on all of them. Sometimes you get what you can get, especially because we just bought a list. We just bought a list of 500 listings, and some of them like hit really well, like this one. Some of them don't. So, anywho, let's get to the important part. So, quantity of items that was sold, 400, so 500 last month. For a total of 16,000, which you saw that on Walmart. This is for Walmart only. And then tax 1,000. And then our profit was actually $5,000. So pretty sweet-a-dink. Total profit 5,300. Pretty swinky-dink. And then let me show you Amazon. So we really been trying to find a model for the Amazon because the turnaround time is just different. The turnaround time for Amazon, I would say 4 to 6 weeks. The turnaround time for drop shipping is like 3 to 4 weeks. So you know what I'm saying? That 2 weeks makes a big difference, especially because our prep center held our stuff. Never again using that prep center. When humans do things that just does not make business sense, either one thing, you are not necessarily like thinking it through, or you just have not been in the industry long enough to know like what is going on. You don't know your left from your right. And I have not been in the industry very long. I'm not going to sit here and tell you I know every single number. But what I do know is if somebody is sending me product, I'm going to get it out. Yeah. By any means, I'm going to get it out. Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's sending my husband the number. Ty, send me that number. Look, sometimes you gotta pull a Hail Mary. Can you send me that number that was sent to his phone? Ask Daddy to send me that number that was sent. Oh, he got it. He sent it. Thank you. Hey, Gabe busting in here trying to see what's going on. What's going on with you? What's going on with you, B-Dog? Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Always got a little bit of a helper. Anywho, let me go ahead and go to the reports for Amazon. What is the report? Today, not today. Let's see what it was last month. You know, when I think about it, I don't even think we really had anything on there because, like I said, we had just sent the stuff into the prep center trying to get, things figured out this month and just really wanted to go all in. Yeah, so let me show you what I'm seeing. All right, you guys. So what I'm seeing is we had about $2,500 in sales. So that's obviously doesn't mean that we got $2,500. But with OA, our bottom is 20%. So that means 2,500 times 0.20. We at least got $500. So from that, we got about $3,000 back. And we're good to go on that one. So 500 plus the Walmart 5,800. We are plowing back. We are working our way toward $40,000. Now let me let you guys know what we have in the pipeline. What we have in the pipeline is a couple of PL. So we had our PL get caught at Canada's borders. We've been waiting there. We've been waiting for that since August. We've been waiting for that since August. Another unpretty side to e-commerce that people don't tell you about. We've been waiting since August. I'll say that again. So how much we actually paid for our private label it was about $7,000. So we've had about $7,000 stuck in Canada customs for a while. And nobody can tell us why. So we are working with Alibaba, trying to get that money back, because I simply don't believe why anyone doesn't have a more specific answer. And we launched a Rocket private label. So in the meantime, we can actually start working on another project that will bring us in more than that 20% or what have you on a consistent basis, a little bit more of a foundation. So we developed a reselling portfolio, really. So, well, like when I say a portfolio, I mean a step-by-step process. Why did I say a portfolio? So what we've developed is a step-by-step process for reselling so that you can learn how to compound your sales, roll it into something more profitable for you, and make it more long-term. So for instance, we teach you how to start with $500 reselling whatever items that are already selling well at least 20% return. So from month 1 to month 2, you know, what you're going to end up getting back, when we say 20%, you're going to end up with $600 after the first like month and a half. So what we are suggesting and what our graph is going to do is help you get from 500 to 3,500 by December or by 12 months. And how that happens is because you don't touch that initial investment. You don't touch that initial investment. If every single month you are selling items and you are getting 20% profit off of it, and you're not getting it back to yourself, it will absolutely roll into $3,500. Now, what do you do with that $3,500? Well, that $3,500, you use that to have reselling as your foundation again, because you have so much knowledge about it. You have the market understanding and analytics concerning that. And then you use that 3,000 to launch a rocket launch. And that's private label. It takes a little longer, but you get way more of a return. It's far more automation. You do not have to worry about it after a while. And then with that profit, you can continue to roll. This is compound. And this is how you compound your money. This is compound interest. And a lot of people think of compound interest only in terms of stock or only in terms of the bank. Your money can compound in your business also. And it's kind of in relation to the rate that you charge as a business owner, as a mentor, as a coach, or what have you. You're obviously not going to charge me the same thing that you did on year 1 than you do on year 5. But that's because your knowledge has compounded and has so much more contextualization in comparison to you starting out and being like, A is for Apple. We know that, baby. What else you got? So yeah, we have that compounding model for reselling. What we really do is give a foundation for people who want to start their own brand but aren't quite sure how to get their money and how to understand the market, so they know how they should develop their brand and what exactly they should be looking for in order to get a leg up in whatever industry. Really, it doesn't really matter. So we do that, and we start out with reselling because, like I said, you can start with $500. You give yourself a year. You got your foot on the ground. You do a rocket launch. Then you get your money up. Next year, you do an entire launch, and that launch is $7,000, and that brings you back more money, and you keep on leveling up. And before you know it, you will have $40,000 a month. You will have $20,000 a month, and you'll be rocking it. So That's why we're here, to give you a step up, to encourage you to go forward and do as you do, because that's how we progress as a person, regardless of what Ukraine and Russia has going on. Bang, bang. All right, y'all. It is another episode of Beyond E-Commerce Podcast. All right, y'all. Thank you for rocking with me. I will see y'all next time. I'm definitely going to be posting more since I quit my job. Okay, I'm back on the reels. You'll see me. All right. Love y'all. Bye.
Hello and welcome to the Who We Become podcast, a space where we showcase product and service-based businesses, share the owner's journey, and provide visual experiences for all to enjoy.